What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rosie Wrestling. This is Safe here.
And I'm Massa.
And today, another one of those discussion videos that we're going to be doing twice a week. So this time, we're going to be talking about one of the aspects of the Money in the Bank match that's coming up, and that's which New Day member should actually take part in the Money in the Bank match. So we're going to try to make a case for every single person. I'll talk about maybe some of the pros and the cons, and so forth. You obviously tell us who you think should be taking place in the Money in the Bank match in the comment section below.
Now, if you've watched Rosie Wrestling before, you know that we both love the New Day. We love them as a stable. We love each and every single member. But now we kind of have to pick one. Not who's the best, essentially, but who would work in this situation. I don't see one of the New Day members actually winning the Money in the Bank.
I think whichever one it's going to be, I think they're probably least likely to win out of all the 8 people. But I still think it's a good use of these guys because, you know, they're not going to be using the tag division because you want to give other people a chance. Right. But they're still so good as a unit that you still want to be using them in some capacity. So I do like that they're still going to be part of the card.
See, I think that the other New Day members will still kind of be around ringside doing some shenanigans, but also they're also going to pick someone who's going to have good spots in the match. Not like a spot monkey, essentially, but pretty much, yeah, like a spot monkey who's going to give us some good spots because this is the Money in the Bank, and this year they're making it as a really big deal. So
if we're going to go that spot monkey route, then I think the best option would definitely be Kofi Kingston. He's definitely known for that kind of stuff. He is someone who showed off, you know, his ability in Money in the Bank matches in the past. So in that aspect, in terms of just fun, creative things that we could see within the match, I think Kofi would be perfect for the match. So I think that could be a good option. At the same time, though, he's gotten, you know, he's had a pretty decorated career.
Right.
So he's won the tag titles, obviously, multiple times, not just with the New Day, but with other members. And on top of that, he also has won a few Intercontinental Championships. I believe he won the U.S. title. So maybe you want to push somebody else in the stable. So maybe that's why Kofi probably wouldn't be the best option, you know, if we're going to play devil's advocate. What do you think about Kofi possibly being in this match?
See, Kofi is one of my favorite people on SmackDown in general. I think he's just very entertaining to watch. But I agree with you with the whole pushing someone new. Now, I personally think they're probably going to go with Big E because, one, he's a lot bigger and just has like this personality to him that really would be fitting for a match like this, something very just fun element, and he can still work really well. So I think they might go that route. But also, yeah, like Big E hasn't really had that much championships. He isn't as decorated as Kofi. Kofi's definitely he's a veteran now. He's been in the company for what, like 10 years?
Yeah, I think Big E, there's a lot of, you know, pros. I think one of the things is you look at the New Day and you know that Big E's going to be the future of the stable. Big E's the one that's going to be pushed probably to the world title scene. So how about start that early and give him this spot here with a bunch of main eventers? Because you look at Big E, he's going to be facing off with guys like Braun Strowman, guys like Kevin Owens, you know, the Samoa Joe, these guys that are in the upper card. And, you know, I think that would do a lot for him. And I think he would definitely be suited for the match. You know, it would make him feel like a main event name if that's what they're going to go with down the line. However, one of the cons, I do feel like there's a lot of powerhouse brawlers already in this match. You have Braun Strowman, you have Joe, you have Rusev, you have Owens. So you add another big guy like Big E, and then you kind of create this imbalance in this match, which I think that's why maybe Kofi would probably be a better option than Big E. But like I said, it would definitely push him. It would start that early push for Big E.
Right. But also, if they're going to go with that imbalance, having a lot of powerhouses, in ladder matches, it's usually the smaller guys who benefit more. You know, you have to be really quick to go up that ladder and get that briefcase. So maybe they're playing up that because I'm personally thinking that they're going to have like Miz win it. So if they're going to go that route, it kind of makes sense if they want to have that imbalance to show like these guys are really big, they're not very fast up the ladder, and it makes Miz like, okay, like a more justified.
Gives him an advantage, basically. Right. So that goes to our third option, which I think is probably the least likely option, and that's Xavier Woods, someone who I'm a very big fan of. I think he's one of the most underrated
Right.
workers on the roster, has some great personality. I mean, his YouTube channel speaks for itself.
Right, very entertaining guy. Like, he's honestly one of my favorite acts. I agree with you. Extremely underrated, and I just think that maybe he's the least likely option because Kofi's just a little bit more charismatic. I feel not charismatic. I just feel like he's just a little bit more extra and out there. So maybe that's why. But also, Kofi's very like acrobatic and has that kind of RVD style. So maybe that might actually be better for this match. Don't get me wrong, I really like Xavier. He's just one of my favorites. So it's not bias here. It just
I think for Xavier, I think it would be the wrong option because personally, I don't feel like they think of him in that way as someone who could main event shows or anything like that. You look at everyone else, you know that WWE think highly of them. So I don't think Xavier is that type of guy. You put Big E in this, and I think he holds his own against guys like Braun and Joe and stuff like that. But Xavier, you kind of feel like, well, there's one name not like the others.
Right. But I don't think it's Xavier's fault. I think it's just how we're trying to put ourselves in the WWE mentality as well. This is just how WWE is. You know, if you wanted, you could make your top guy be Xavier Woods, and you could make it work. It just, WWE's kind of like that. It's a weird, twisted game that they play, and we just have to really work around it.
Well, exactly. You have to look at the three guys. You have to look at the opportunities that are afforded to them. Kofi Kingston, you know, he has the benefit of being in this company for so long. He's had those singles opportunities. Big E, same thing. He's that big guy. That's something to build off of. Xavier, on the other hand, besides the New Day, he's done nothing in the WWE.
Right.
Nothing of consequence. So as a fan, I look at Xavier Woods, I see tag team wrestler. Mm-hmm. Kofi Kingston doesn't have that ceiling, and Big E doesn't have that ceiling. They have much higher ceilings because of the fact that we've seen them do things as single superstars. So that's why I think Xavier would be a bad option. I'm not saying Xavier should never be a singles wrestler. I'm sure he would flourish in the singles division. Imagine, you know, Xavier Woods with a U.S. title run or something like that. That could work. However, as a fan, we've never seen that, so I don't think it would be a believable option. That's why I think Kofi and Big E are much better options for this match.
Right.
I think it would be a mistake to put Xavier in this match.
See, now I'm going to try to counter that because I know not everyone has the same opinion. I'll advocate for Xavier and say just because he's never done anything doesn't mean it's too late to start. He's still pretty young. You can still build to him. If you want him to become a bigger star, that would be a good option. That's a good starting point. Again, I disagree with having him in the match. I feel like it's just he could do better things maybe on the outside. But yeah, like it's just really your preference and what you're looking for.
I definitely think that this would do a good job of, you know, showing that, hey, we care about Xavier. You know, it would make him feel a lot more important if he was in this match. However, it kind of takes away that unpredictability factor because we know we know Xavier's not going to win. At least with Kofi and Big E, there's a very small chance.
Well, Baron Corbin did win last year.
Baron Corbin was the favorite going into that match. Well, Baron Corbin, we went to that match saying, hey, he's going to win it, and guess what? He won it. So here, I think they already have something going for them. It's actually a pretty unpredictable match. You could go in probably three or four ways, and there's some other guys that you could probably give an outside shout to. So if you put Xavier in there, you know that someone is just kind of gonna be there just to, you know, some fun spots, but nothing more than that. That's why I think Xavier would be a bad option. But tell us what you guys think in the comment section below. Should it be Xavier? Should it be Big E? Should it be Kofi Kingston? Also, vote in the gimmick on the right.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Rosie Wrestling. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Rosie Wrestling. We do live tweet during Raw and SmackDown, sometimes NXT. And we'll see you guys in our next video.